Hey guys, and well, I actually was planning to post TikTok and I deleted it because I realized that I realized how it sounded, and so I was like, yeah, delete that because that sounds terrible. It's not. I'm not gonna repeat that sentence. I kind of realized what I was doing when I listened to it, and I realized that I want to try and keep anything I hear. It's not anything serious about my family this time. It is morally over my sister telling me about to use on my TikToks a few times. I do not care. This simply, I do not care. I do not care that she sees my TikToks. I don't care if she sees this one. I don't care if any family member sees it. I don't really look for their opinions. And why me family? And by the way, that's the thing that I messed up. By the way, I said family members, so it made it sound like I was talking about every family member on the planet. And I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about my family particularly, and say something wrong and things just go crazy. But yeah, I'm not even gonna repeat what I said, and I'm not gonna continue talking about this conversation just because I don't want to anymore. But I do got a lot more video now because I'm not doing it. And I was talking about pros and cons, so you know what? I'm gonna list everything I said before, and I'm gonna try and find me some new pros and cons. Well, some new cons. One, Wolverine. Let's be honest. Wolverine, he's all the pros. He has everything that you could want. When it comes to anyone else, he is number 2 of my favorite X-Men. My first one is Gambit, and that will never change. I know some people do not like Gambit, but I love him. He's my favorite superhero of all... Well, not favorite superhero, favorite mutant of all times. And apparently he dates Jean Grey, and I'm kind of curious how that works out. Because as far as I can tell, his powers doesn't prevent him from death. And if you guys don't know, not Jean Grey, by the way, I forget her name, but it's the girl who, is the girl like when she touches you, she could kill you in an instant if she hold on. And she can also like copy metahuman like abilities, and also copy like anything you've done, like your signature moves and stuff like that. But yeah, pros, Wolverine. Okay, let's get the cons and what I said before. I said the fact that Wolverine, apparently there is a reason why he has his fists instead of his hands. Apparently, he doesn't control where those claws go. What makes sense, since, you know, it's his bones. So, it's obvious that he makes a fist because it goes through his hands. Has a healing factor. I don't know why he cares, but I'm assuming it hurts way too much for him to be dealing with that. So, then, let's see. After this, I said a lot of the, like, losing memory thing, like, I couldn't do that. And the fact that I lost my memory because of a bullet. Well, by the way, apparently his healing factor goes all the way up to his brain. His brain will heal, but also will still be damaged. So, in other words, it will be healed, but it also will be damaged. And as it's being damaged, that's what made him lost his memory. Pretty cool. Number three of the reasons why it, like, one of the cons of actually wanting to be Wolverine, honestly, is more because there's enemies he has even in his past. Like Sabretooth, who's his brother. I know the movie was supposed to show, like, the reason why there is a beef between him and his brother, but I don't see where the beef lies. Like, I don't know where does that lie in there. Like, I am confused. Like, where does the beef go? Because for what I saw in the movie, it seems like they were pretty good pals. You know, they were pretty good friends, you know? Like, they were over here, they have beef with one another over certain, like, disagreements and stuff like that. And he did try to kill his love of his life, so that, that's fair. That's fair and all. But the fact he doesn't even remember is kind of like, why are they still angry at each other? Well, I can only assume that. I'm assuming that Sabretooth actually attempted to kill her. I mean, not kill her, kill Logan a few times, so he just hates him now just because of the fact he keeps on trying to kill him. I'm only assuming that. And also this amount of enemies. Do you guys know that Wolverine has another mutant that is in his enemy? Well, in the episode at least, that's his enemy, and that's called the Silver Samurai. Now, I don't know much about this person, and I don't really know much. But okay, you guys want to know anything about him? This Search of the Death battle: Silver Samurai versus the villain from the Ninja Turtles. I forget his name. His name Crane? His name's not Crane, is it? Yeah, I haven't really watched Ninja Turtles enough to actually know the villain name. But yeah, we'll see if I can find anything other cons. I don't think there is. Like, I'm trying to think of some other con, but I don't think there is any. Like, other than the ones that I listed, there's not many cons in Wolverine. Like, I could go, like, into other multiverse versions of itself, but those guys kind of... Even those guys kind of get a good benefit out of it, at everything. And I literally do not know. Like, especially since we all know that Wolverine can tussle with the Hulk. The Hulk! Not few people can talk about that and still and say it with a straight face that they won the fight. Dr. Loki, he will know. I know that's a low blow, but come on. Puny God. It's a low blow, but it's funny. Because, let's be honest, there's like a lot of people who are like hand-to-hand combating the Hulk. And Loki, who's a god, gets mopped on the floor. Logan's not even a god, and he still took toe-to-toe with Hulk, so I feel like that says something. But, yeah, I don't really think there's any other cons. Also, the reason why there's not been a superhero artwork is because I have been having trouble with how I'm doing her artwork. You see, I'm going to give you guys 2 parts of her power. Well, not 2 parts of power, but 2 parts of where I'm getting this from. I've done a lot of studies of superpowers in my life. So, in other words, I figured out that there was 2 different versions of this power. And honestly, I figured out this is pretty cool. Now, I actually said this in the recording, by the way, and I kind of forgot the name of it by now. But it is called astral projection, but in a different form. I know a lot of people think astral projection is like, well, it is leaving your body, but I'm talking about astral, able to make an energy construct body around you. And so this one I've seen that looks like a male, I'm assuming it would switch if you were a different gender. Like if you're a female. Don't ask me what a trans one would look like, because I have no idea. I can't really imagine that in that point. I would love to see that. That seems very interesting to see. Actually, it would be pretty cool. And then the other one, I've actually seen an X-Men episode where one girl turned into the same type of astral projection, but it was a giant kaiju monster. So in other words, one could be a monster or a beast, I would assume, or a giant, like, human being. And that means that there's a lot more abilities in the beast, than the actual person, because it's just a person. But yeah, I'm running out of time, so see you guys later. Crimson Thunder, out.